come in, sir.
Welcome. Please take your seat.
Thank you.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Introduce yourself to the board members.
So my name is Kumar. I have done my schooling from Vidya Vihar Residential School in 2013 and my graduation from Zakir Hussain Delhi College, Delhi University in 2018 with a history optional, history honors. And my hobbies are social services and in extracurricular activities I have hosted various shows in the form of annual days, house days, freshers, and also in extracurricular activities I have sports background and I have got state level medals in basketball and handball, as well as I have taekwondo national level medals.
Good. Naman, what are the goals and purpose in your life?
Sir, the ultimate goal is to have a very satisfactory life where everyone feels that I have made a difference in their life and I have contributed to better their life. That is the ultimate goal.
And what about the purpose?
The purpose is to just influence as many lives as I can, to help people as much as I can, to make a difference in their life. And the ways to it can be anything, but the better way right now is the administrative way.
Now I just get the feeling that by listening to your ideas about goals and purposes in your life, and as you said your hobby is social service.
Yes.
I just get the feeling that politics would be the better platform for you to serve the society, because in civil services there will be so many restrictions. Many things we love to do but you won't be able to do because you have got very limited power. You have got only the power of implementation. If you really want to make a difference in the lives of the people, then politics would be the best domain for you. And that too, since you have got the social service as hobby.
Sir, according to me, sir, every profession has its own limitations.
No, that's all right. But then your purpose, your hobbies, and everything, justifies that politics would be the best domain for you.
Sir, I realize that the influence sector in these administrative jobs are limited. But within those limited scopes, when you go at the block level or at the subdivision level, the influencing powers are good. But because every day in day-to-day life, in day-to-day businesses of an officer at the block or subdivision level, there are various challenges that comes up. That there are various ways. Like if you talk about block developmental officers, the schemes that comes from Patna or from the Delhi, their influence actually at the block level they are implemented. There are various grievances going on with the people or with the citizens that they get sorted out at the block level. Like if you say recently Parimarjan is being done at the block level. So if a better implementation of Parimarjan itself, that does the job. Because there are a lot of corruption also going on in Parimarjan, because uploading of the things, those things can be checked. Or if you talk about various other schemes being implemented, that like Sat Nishchay, they are being implemented even at the smallest level of the grassroots level, at the ward sadasya level. Those supervisory powers are also with the block developmental officer or subdivision magistrate. So all these small things make up a big amount of things. At those levels I can influence a lot of things, influence a lot of lives, and check the corruptions as well.
Okay. Supposing you are the district magistrate of a particular district, and there is a plan or program which has been framed and handed over to you for its implementation.
Yes.
And that particular plan and program is basically meant for, let's say, agricultural sector.
Yes.
But since you are posted there in that particular district, and you know that it is the educational sector which requires more attention than the agriculture sector.
Yes.
Although education sector has been given some funds, but you just get the feeling that education sector needs a little bit extra fund, and agriculture sector does not need that much of a fund. You contacted the concerned minister for that, and the minister said that okay, you can decide whatever you want. If you want to use the fund which has been meant for agriculture for educational purposes, you can go ahead with that. And you also sincerely believe that educational sector needs some more help. What will you do?
Sir, education is the basic thing, and we have already seen in this budget also the maximum grant that has been given is in the education sector itself. But the majority population of Bihar is around 90% of population of Bihar is in agriculture itself. So agriculture is a good sector to invest a lot, and that would influence majority of the population. But as far as education sector is concerned, it decides our future. So arrangements of the funds, as your question is, sir, it can be done through, if I am a district magistrate, I have a few funds at my own hand. Those funds can be used for the education sector, as well as there are MLA funds as well, there are MP funds as well. All those funds can be requested from the hands of honorable MLAs or the MPs to be divested in those regards. Like the MLA funds are primarily set up for those areas only. I mean, they are small funds, but those funds can be used to provide tables or chairs in the schools to set up a better smart classes. All those things can be done in small amount of funds. And those boundary walls, that is the major challenge right now, that there are no boundary walls in the schools. So boundary walls can be made up with small amount of funds only. All those things does not require a lot of funds. The majority challenge in the education sector is the non-availability of teachers. All those things have been checked right now by the Secretary K.K. Pathak.
Okay, sir.
Your post preference is police adhikshak. Suppose you are posted as SDPO in any subdivision, and you have got task from seniors that you have to perform. The task is in your area, in Dalit village, illicit liquor trade is going on, manufacturing and export also. And that too with connivance of your staff. You have to stop it. How you will act and proceed in this case?
Sir, the liquor is a major challenge in Bihar, and it is an accepted fact that it is.
No, just enumerate points.
Sir, to take care of this challenge, first of all, I'll talk to my juniors or those staff members.
You have already got input from seniors that this is due to the connivance of your staff.
Sir, if the input is there that this is because of the connivance of my staffs, I will just
you are just passing the information to your staff who are already connived. Then how you will talk with them?
Sir, there is no question of talking there. There is a question of action directly, because there is enough input from my seniors that they are in the connivance, and necessary departmental actions can be initiated against them.
How? You have to proceed in this case up to the site.
Sir, I will write to my seniors that...
The senior has already given you instruction.
Sir, they can be suspended at first, and they can be Karan Batao notice can be given to them, but that why are you in connivance with these illicit acts, and who all are also there in this circuit, and the investigation can be...
How you will suspend them? Because you have to first collect evidence whether it is already going on or not? If it is going on, then whether they are connived or not, how will collect evidence about that?
Sir, the evidence collection can be done by constituting a team, by a senior team, which I can myself lead. And the evidence collection won't take much time. It will take 1-2 days, and the proper investigation after the proper.
How will you collect evidence?
Sir, in this regard,
Which type of evidence will you collect?
sir, the evidence can be here that who all are involved in this. First of all, I'll go to the site where they are, where they are
To whom you will
importing
take with you? To whom you will take with you?
Sir, a very core team I will create
From where?
with the which will consist of the officers I trust, along with my bodyguards and just my driver. I will keep the team as small as possible, so that since my own officers are involved in this, there are chance of breach of the informations that are already being gathered through this investigation itself. With the help of that small team, I will investigate what is the problem going on, and from where they are importing, where they are exporting. If they are importing, that import
They are manufacturing also.
they are manufacturing, that manufacture where they are manufacturing, and those locations I will visit. If they are manufacturing, there will be enough evidences there, like the bottles being, distilleries being installed, and if they are importing, it must be being imported from outside. If it is the state of Bihar, it is being imported from Nepal or from West Bengal. Those border security forces, the SSBs, I will contact those SSB officers there, that how it is being imported, with you still being in position. And if they are choosing some extra route through which they are importing, apart
What is
from
difference between summon and warrant?
sir, summon is if you recall someone in front of you, that summoned. If a senior officer just summons you, you just have to visit them, that you have been summoned. And a warrant is a legal document of call-up. You have to oblige with that. Otherwise, you will be arrested. Warrant is basically for the arrest only.
Arrest.
Yes, sir.
Warrant. Who will issue this warrant?
Sir, magistrates of various courts.
In summon case?
In summon can be done from senior officers as well. It does not require courts.
What is bailable and non-bailable offence?
Sir, bailable offence is such offence which are not heinous in nature, and a bail can be granted in those cases. But a non-bailable offence is
Where are the list of this bailable warrant cases?
Sir,
Where you search for that?
Sir, I am not totally sure about it, but it must be in CRPC or IPC.
What is furlough?
Sorry, sir.
Furlough.
I'm sorry, sir.
Parole?
Parole, yes, sir. Parole, I know, sir. Parole, if someone is already in jail and he needs some grant from
Jail means? Two types of persons are in prison. One is convicted, one is non-convicted.
Yes, sir. If the convicted person is in jail and he needs some time to spend in any situation, like to spend time with his family or or for some other medical purposes, then he is given few days off the jail so that he can do all these chores.
Furlough?
Sorry, sir, I don't know this.
In his, what is long march?
Long march in historical context.
Yes, history.
I'm not sure about this, but it must be. Is it from the French Revolution, sir?
What is Pearl Harbor incident?
Sir, the Pearl Harbor incident is attached with Second World War, where Japanese had attacked the United States, because of which United States got involved in the World War, and it was the first land attack on any U.S. sovereignty.
What is Boston Tea Party?
Sir, Boston Tea Party is related with American Revolution, and a ship of teas were a ship of teas were at the.
Who was Nayak of that Boston Tea Party?
I'm sorry, sir, I am not able to recall it right now.
What is Magna Carta?
Sir, Magna Carta is the first. It has its origin in United Kingdom, and it was the first legal document of rights which was written in UK, and it must be around 1615,
Who
and
signed-
on the basis of which,
Who signed over this?
sir, the King of United Kingdom, and his rights were taken.
So many kings are there. Which name the king, particular king?
Sir, I'm not sure, but if you allow me, I can make a guess.
Whether he signed it willingly or by force.
No, sir, he was forced because his powers were being taken by the parliament.
Basketball is your hobby.
Yes, sir.
In last Olympiad, which country got won gold medal in basketball?
Sir, I'm not sure.
Okay. Kumar, tell us about three major social problems that Bihar is facing right now. Social problems.
Sir, allow me a few seconds. I will have to think about it. Sir, the first challenge is the challenges attached with the women. That the
What kind of challenges?
Sir, the first challenge is that the women literacy in Bihar, especially in rural Bihar, it is around 10%. So that is extremely low, and that needs to be eradicated because the women, as it is said, that the women is the first teacher of the child. If the women are not educated properly, then the social development of the future generations.
Why
will not
it is
change.
like that? Why this situation still prevails in rural Bihar? What are the social issues involved with that?
So the first of all is the paternity that is still there, because it is still a male-dominated society in Bihar, as well as there is still prevailing situations of parda system, that within the family itself there are few members in front of whom the women are not allowed without their veil.
Okay.
They are not.
Other one?
So the second social service is the
Social issue.
the second social issue is the marginalized section of Bihar, like the Dalits, like the religious minorities. Their representations in any administrative or in the political fields, those are limited. So those needs to be checked through various reservations policies. And
So reservation is already there for them.
so it is there, but still it has been there since independence. But still, right now, if we go with the data, there in Central Secretariat there is no Dalit secretary still, and because the reservation policy is there, but in sectors where there are no reservations, like in education sector, in colleges, professors, around 1% in the national colleges, there are Dalits only.
Okay. Another one?
So the third social challenge is that majority, it is more of a economic such kind of challenge, but it has a social influence as well, like there are still corruption at the very grassroots level, because of which another point I would like to raise here is the medical challenges that the society faces in Bihar, because like if you see the cases of anemia, Anemia is really there. So it has some social influences as well, because
Okay. What according to you is corruption? What is corruption, in other words?
sir, corruption is when you have a duty to perform, but you are not performing it by taking.
Which kind of duty?
It depends on the post you are on. Whatever is your constitutional, legal, or administrative duty, if you are not performing it with the intent to gain certain advantages through unfair means, that is corruption.
Okay.
It lacks integrity, morality. All those things must be there. If those are not there, then it counts to corruption.
What is difference between integrity and honesty?
Sir, integrity is, integrity means to have a sync between what you think, what you feel, and how you act. But honesty is to just speak the truth.
Speak.
Integrity is a broader term, honesty comes within it.
Okay, so honesty only involves speaking.
It also involves acting, but it is a smaller term when it comes to integrity.
But I think civil services is more about acting or delivering your duties,
Yes.
and there is very little scope of speaking. Speaking is something else, which the politicians generally do. Civil servants don't speak much. They speak by their acts.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the Mahua Moitra case going on right now?
Sir, the allegations over her were, and she is even convicted right now, that she had shared her MP's login ID and passwords with a businessman, and on behalf of her.
Who was that businessman?
So I don't recall his name, but he is based in Scotland or UK based businessman was it, and she had some connection with him even before coming to politics. And on behalf of him, she was asking questions in Parliament, and she had shared the login ID password itself. So he himself was posting questions on her behalf to counter.
Is she an MP right now?
No, sir. She is disqualified.
By whom? Disqualified or expelled by whom?
Sir, she is disqualified by the Speaker, and he was representing the Lok Sabha. Because
on the recommendation?
On the recommendation of the Lok Sabha, a resolution was passed in the Lok Sabha. And
which committee of Lok Sabha?
So, Breach of Privilege Committee recommended this action.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Naman.
Thank you, sir.
Naman, when is your actual interview?
Sir, it is next month, 11th January.
11th. Okay. How is your performance today? What do you feel?
Sir, it is new because I am not totally confident. I think I was not totally confident.
Have you appeared in any other interviews?
No, sir, this is.
Okay, there are certain areas where we'll work, right? You are a good candidate, there is no doubt about it, and we are sure that you are going to get through, provided, these areas, whatever we'll be speaking right now, we'll take care of those areas. Number one is, of course, the dress would be your formal one.
Yes.
When you will go. And when you see it, open these. Okay. And when you go out, and then, right now it's all right.
Okay.
But when you see it, you just open these buttons, and then while going, you just again tuck them. Problem is that, communication is about being able to understand the other person's limitations. One is time, second one is patience. What was happening when you were asking questions, you did not give any full stop. You kept on speaking. You have to be very, very precise to the point. You have to respect the other's time.
Sir.
You have to be very precise to the point. Bullet points 1 to 3. Your answers are more of mains type. The way we write mains. There will be an introduction, then body, then conclusion. We have to avoid that. Okay. Here we have to be very, very specific. and you have to give the full stop. That is enough, right? This is one. For example, goal and purpose. You have to be very, very, you have to articulate it properly, very, very precise.
Sir, I had not prepared all this.
That I know, but then you have to do it. For example, in case study, you said so many things. You have to simply say that a particular fund has been allocated for a particular scheme, and no way I can divert that fund for any other scheme.
Yes.
Even if education sector requires, that is the question that I asked you in the beginning,
Sir.
that politics would be your better domain.
Sir.
And the limitation that you'll have in administration is this. You are the district magistrate, you know that education sector requires more fund, you know that agriculture does not require that much of a fund, you have been allotted a scheme, extra fund has been given to you, knowing that still you cannot help it. You cannot help the education sector. You cannot divert the fund from agriculture to education to some other according to your requirement. You cannot do that. That's the limitation you have, right? So that would be the straightforward one-line answer.
Sir.
If you do that, there will be audit cases, vigilance cases, this, that, there are so many other cases. And because political masters, they have done it, they know the pulse of the people, they will, take action against you.
Sir.
That it is their job to see that whether agriculture requires more fund or education requires more fund.
Sir.
Why are you, interfering in their domain?
Sir.
That was the connected questions that I asked you
Sir.
in the beginning, right?
Yes.
This is one. And in the process, you gave us so much of an information, extra information, unnecessary information you gave. Avoid that. Be very precise. And here also, when sir asked you a question that you have been given certain inputs, of course, you may not be able to answer it the way a person who is actually in the job will be able to answer it. That is accepted. But then, as a future civil servant, you need to know that whenever an input is given, whatever input is given, the veracity of that input is something which you have to think about. Whether that input is right, wrong, whatever is the case. And input has been given. Has it been given, in written form, in a note sheet, or it has just been given to you over the phone? So if it has been given to you over the phone, then it will be a different ball game altogether. But if they give it in writing, then your hands are tied.
Sir.
Because that is a sort of instruction given in writing, you have to follow according to their path.
Yes.
Right? Here you have very margin for, your discretion is almost not there. And there are two ways you can handle. One is, of course, you can nab them.
Yes.
And you can, the way the CBI and other people do, nab them red-handedly, okay. Or you have to, get through some other routes. And you have to take certain corrective measures as well in future. That way you can frame your answer, right? Summon and warrant, this is, in case of summon, you say that this is not by judiciary, this is by judiciary. You have to check it up, right? And social issues, the problem is, there are so many social issues in India. You see, you said women, and in the process you said paternity is the responsible factor. It is not paternity. It is a patriarchal. You said paternity.
Wrong word, sorry.
Yes. And you said about women, you talked about Dalit, you talked about religious minority. There are some social issues which are, meant for all sections of the society. For example, poverty is a social issue.
Sir, I was.
Casteism is a social issue.
I was not able to distinguish.
I understand.
social
Your answers were very, very myopic kind of an answer, not an answer which combines everything.
Sir.
Yeah. Like you said, social challenge is a social issue. Medical challenge is a social issue.
Sir, those line distinguishing between economic, social, that was the challenge
right.
there. Because
Then when you were asked that what is corruption, you said duty to perform. You have been given a duty to perform, and you are not performing with an intention to get some benefits.
perks, yes.
You said duty to perform, you have not performed. There are corruptions where you perform, and for that you take money. तो it is not corruption.
Sir.
It is way by which we become corrupt.
Sir.
Abstinence from duty and doing a duty, these are the two ways by which we can be corrupt.
Sir.
किसी काम को करना है जो आपने नहीं किया,
नहीं करना
है ना, और जो नहीं करना वो आपने किया, दो अलग अलग है करप्शन के रूट. एक रूट है ये करप्शन नहीं है. ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस ठीक है, यू आर ए गुड कैंडिडेट, है ना, कूल काम कंपोज तरीके से आप बात को आगे रखते हैं और बहुत ज़्यादा वो भी नहीं है, पैनिक भी नहीं है, बहुत अच्छे कैंडिडेट है आप. बट ये इन सब पॉइंट्स पे अगर हम लोग काम करेंगे तो नेक्स्ट टाइम डेफिनेटली आप बेटर परफॉर्म करेंगे. थोड़ा सा ना बना लीजिएगा, जैसे बिहार के सोशल इश्यूज़ क्या है ना, इस टाइप से एकदम. आप अगर डिस्ट्रिक्ट मजिस्ट्रेट बनेंगे तो क्या काम करेंगे, प्रोबेबल क्वेश्चंस बना लीजिए 40, 50, 100. अब नेक्स्ट टाइम आएगा डेफिनेटली आपका और भी अच्छा आंसर होगा.
सर वो वर्ड सोशल सर्विस मैंने लिखा है, लेकिन वो एक्चुअली मैं वर्ड सोच नहीं पा रहा हूँ क्या वहाँ लिखना है, क्योंकि वो मेरा हॉबी सर वो एक्चुअली इकोनॉमिक, मतलब कि वो हेल्पिंग अदर्स है, बट वो सिर्फ सोशल में नहीं जाता है, वो बियॉन्ड उसके भी जाता है सर.
तो ठीक है, आप
सोशल लिखें या फिर हेल्पिंग अदर्स लिखें.
हेल्पिंग अदर्स लिख सकते हैं, वो तो किसी भी जगह पे हो सकता है
सर.
हाँ, घर भी हो सकते हैं. ठीक है
सर, थैंक यू सर.